So Lucas, once again, we're back to talk about God of War. So, yeah. God of War. It's a good game. Also, this video contains spoilers for a game that came out like a year and a half ago, which people will complain about anyway, so I don't know why I bother saying that.
And they'll have clicked on the God of War video to see the spoiler?
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's just talk about God of War. For much of his fictional history, the character Kratos from God of War was defined by his use of the weapons, the Blades of Chaos. A set of chain blades forged in the depths of Hades said to be so powerful they can injure even a god. Throughout the games, the blades are shown to be able to accomplish a wide variety of feats. A lesser known ability of the blades, however, is that they are magically bound to troll Kratos forever.
So the Blades of Chaos, they're just so fucking cool, Karl.
Yeah, they defined the character of Kratos for many, many years. And in the games they come from, it's like, oh, these are the strongest things ever forged.
I mean, they just tear everything apart, Karl.
Like the God of War himself made these in Hades. Like, these things are baller as fuck.
And then, presumably, he uses it to kill everybody, including Hades and the God of War.
Yeah, they're so good. Like, they're so good that the person who made them gets killed by them. And like within the context of the games, if you're not familiar with God of War, they are only bestowed upon a champion of Ares, which Kratos is in the first couple of games, and they're a weapon that signifies their oath of servitude to the God of War. And as a result, they are magically seared onto the forearms of the individual.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how like bad it was in like God of War on the PS2, like graphically. When you play the PS4 game and you see it like seared into his arms.
Yeah, he's got the scars all the way down his forearm when they were like magically seared there for all time. And initially, Kratos didn't mind this because, yeah, one, he's like a huge, big, buff, 7-foot-tall Spartan soldier, and two, they bestowed him with the kind of power that allowed him to slaughter entire armies on his own.
Yeah, he does a lot of that.
Yeah,
a lot of it
on his own. We can talk about that for a moment because, like, is there any character in a video game except for Kirby? Because the answer is always Kirby. Who kills more giant godlike beings than Kratos. Kratos kills the entire Greek pantheon. And I'm hoping that as we're talking, there's a list of all the various deities that Kratos has canonically killed below me, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and all of the, I can't remember the name of them, but like the Colossus.
Yeah, he kills the Colossus.
Yeah.
He also kills, like, an original Titan. So he kills Gaia.
Oh, the Titans, actually.
Which is supposedly, like, the things that are above the gods in his universe. Yep. He kills one of them on his own.
Doesn't he kill multiple of them?
Yeah, on his own.
Yeah.
With a knife, with, the Blades of Chaos.
And then just, ends all of Greece.
Yeah. Right, he caused the apocalypse on his own. I think the feat for me that signifies just how utterly ridiculous Kratos is when he physically overpowers Hercules with his bare hands. The Greek demigod of strength.
Yeah, that's like Hercules' thing.
Yeah, and then Kratos physically overpowers him without any apparent effort.
Doesn't Hercules have like his gauntlets on at the time as well?
Which enhances strength, which Kratos then rips off his body and then uses to beat him in. And then he also, I'm not sure how many of these clips we can show because they are pretty graphic.
They are very graphic.
Is it the one where, whose head is it he rips off? Is it Hermes' head?
Hermes, yeah.
Yeah, and then also he beats like Perseus in a fist fight in like one of the PSP games, like, the legendary hero king. And then he beats up like Zeus with his bare hands. Literally his bare hands.
Yep.
Forever. Because that scene goes on forever if you keep pressing circle, which I did when I played that game.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't matter, like, how long you keep pressing that for.
You'll keep punching
basically,
forever.
Just let your rage out.
Yeah. And then, like, in the PSP games, if that's like Thanatos, because, we already killed Hades, who'd he be in? Well, there's a Greek god of death. Oh, we can kill him.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Also, something I found out which is quite hilarious. Do you know Deimos, his brother?
No. Okay,
so Kratos has a brother called Deimos. Yeah, don't matter. Who's like even crazier and like more of an asshole than he is. Do you know who he's voiced by? Because the thing, like a guy who is scarier, stronger, and badder than Kratos. Who do you think they got to voice him?
Like The Rock?
No, Elijah Wood. No, Elijah Wood voices the guy they had to get fucking like Chris Judge in. Now just imagine, now all behind me is, I want a picture of Elijah Wood and a picture of Chris fucking Judge. It's like, they're brothers in the games.
And Elijah Wood's the scary one.
Well, Deimos is the reason that Kratos has the tattoo. Because Deimos had the, what is it now? He had a birthmark, which looked like Kratos' tattoo, and he gets attacked like Ares. Because like, Ares sees a thing of, a marked warrior will come and kill you, and he thinks that it's Deimos. But then it ends up being, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where Kratos gets, in memory of his brother, the tattoo, and he becomes the marked warrior of legend.
So because Ares like shit the bed and killed Deimos.
And then obviously it's like, and rips everyone's head off.
Right, so Karl, we've established these Blades of Chaos are like fucking awesome.
Yeah, and Kratos used them to accomplish some insane feats.
Why does he fucking hate them then?
Well, because he uses them to kill his family.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's like the whole crux of God of War. Like, if people haven't played the game, the reason Kratos, so you can see a picture of him, he's like white. Like, he's a Greek dude. He's a Spartan soldier. That's the ashes of his family.
I was going to say they're just spread across his skin as a reminder of what he did.
It is like a curse by the gods as a permanent reminder of the time he killed his family. And that, for me, is what makes Kratos a completely like irredeemable character. Because the whole crux of his character is, oh, the gods tricked me into killing my family. I'm mad at the gods for doing this. Like, so it would have been fine if it would have been someone else's family. Because they specifically made you kill your own family, the ones that you own. You're mad about that?
I'm pretty sure he killed a lot of other families along the way.
No, when it's his family, because I think even Eris says, don't go kill the people in that church. And he goes, you can't tell me what to do. Person I work for kills his own family. Oh, you tricked me into killing my own family. So, well, does it matter? You still killed women and children.
Yeah. It would have been fine if it wasn't his women and children.
And then he casts aside the Blades of Chaos, but because they're so cool, I think he used like the Blades of Athena in the next game. But long story short, Kratos fucking hates the Blades of Chaos and refuses to use them. Which obviously begs the question of, like, spoilers for God of War, like, why does he still have them?
Where on earth does Kratos actually get these blades back if he doesn't want them?
Apparently they're just bound to him. And this information comes from the novelisation of the 2018 God of War game, which I would recommend people go seek out, because do you know who reads the audiobook for it? It's the guy who does the voice of Mimir.
Oh, cool.
So it sounds like Mimir's reading the book. So it seems like
cool.
It's basically one really long Mimir's tale. So you can just imagine on a really, really long boat ride, and he tells the story of Kratos.
That's such like a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Of the guy that tells stories in the game.
Does the audiobook narration of
so
the game.
that just becomes another one of his stories.
Yeah. And it's almost like he's recalling it later, and he asks, except my headcanon for that is that after during the gap between the new game and then the new game's presumably going to be announced this year.
I presume so.
Like, Mimir asked Kratos about what happened in the past, and he told him, and then obviously he spins it in his own like unique Mimir way. And this book reveals that there were a couple of extra curses placed on Kratos that he doesn't talk about in game.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, well, one of them is that he can never take his own life, which is why he survives the end of God of War 3. Where he stabs himself through the stomach with a giant big sword.
That makes more sense now, yeah.
Yeah, the gods have cursed him to never be able to take his own life. And obviously, because it's Kratos, no one's going to beat him.
Yeah.
And also, as well, do you think Kratos is going to lie down and let someone kill him? Like, no, that's not how a Spartan goes down. So basically, he's cursed to just walk the lands forever.
Basically, yeah.
Also, I love as well, in the book, they reveal that he almost got his shit pushed in by some wolves.
Some wolves?
Yeah, some regular bitch-ass wolves nearly killed Kratos, a guy who beats titans.
And gods, yeah.
Like it's nothing, and he's saved by Faye. And that's how he falls in love with Faye, because she saved him from some wolves, because Kratos just got beaten by a wolf.
Like, of all things to get taken down by.
Almost got beaten by wolves.
He took down all of Greece.
Oh, the Greek he fought the god of death to like a physical stalemate and ripped his head off, and then a wolf nearly gets him. Like, how bad are the wolves in Norse mythology?
Oh my god.
And another curse revealed in that book from the gods as the last fuck you to Kratos for ruining Greece is that you can never be rid of the Blades of Chaos. And apparently he wakes up after stabbing himself in the gut, realising he can't die, and the blades are just there.
Oh, they just turn up.
And he goes on an adventure to try and get rid of them, because he doesn't want to be reminded of the things he used to kill his family. And it actually gets kind of hilarious, because like first he just tries leaving them, and then they just keep being there. Just there in like, his peripheral at all times. And then he goes to the top of the biggest mountain he can find and throws them off, thinking, I'll be rid of him. And a freak gust of wind blows them back. This is how some Looney Tunes shit happens.
Thing is, as well, I just love the idea that between games, the entire journey between God of War 3
and the
new God of War was just him trying to get rid of the fucking Blades of Chaos.
And they keep coming back. Another one is he goes into the middle of the ocean thinking, well, you know what, I killed Poseidon, so the ocean can't get me, so he throws him into the ocean, and then a 40-foot wave comes out of nowhere, washes him ashore, nearly drowns him, and he wakes up thinking, well, at least the blades are gone, looks up on a rock, just waiting for him. And he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't go do it. And then he decides, well, if I can never get rid of them, I'll just hide them.
Yeah.
And that's why they're under his bed in the game. Which is obviously, it's a big plot hole, I guess, that people are confused by. Well, he hates these things. Why does he still have them?
Because he just can't fucking get rid of them anyway.
Go back to Greece? But I like to think now that he actually didn't put them there. It's just like he tried to get rid of them and they just magically appeared under his bed. Which could have been a thing that happened.
It could have been, from the sounds of it.
I just love the idea of this. Kratos spent several years just throwing these blades away, and he turned around and was there, just constantly.
And then, I guess, I don't know whether it's ironic or not, that the next weapon that he gets called back to him at all times.
I love that when they were first making God of War 2018. They put the ability to throw the axe in, but you had to go pick it up. And all the places, it's really cool, but it's really dumb that you got to go pick it up. Also, I keep throwing it out of bounds.
I was going to say, because there's like the ravens that you can get, and some of them are throw your axe at a raven that's like 50 foot above the lake.
And then you have to go get the axe back.
Off a cliff, over, through the lake, and onto another platform on the other side.
I cannot tell you how many times I'm going to toss that mountain. I just throw it off just to see.
Yeah.
So then when I get through a door, and you wait a good 30 seconds, and it comes back. So we laughed earlier about the idea of Kratos nearly getting killed by some regular wolves. But I recently completed all of God of War, and then replayed it again on the Give Me God of War difficulty. That is not out of the realm of possibility, because that first fight on that difficulty, I died. I was wearing, I'm wearing the armour of the Valkyries, which I ripped off of the Queen of the Valkyries' own corpse, which I killed with my bare hands. I'm wielding a fully upgraded Leviathan Axe.
This is just slaying gods.
Yeah, I am wearing solid gold fucking armour, handcrafted by the finest blacksmiths in all of Asgard, formerly wielded by the Queen of the Valkyries, the finest combatant on all of the realms. And the first drower I fight killed me in one hit. Just all I heard is Atreus on screen, "Father, don't leave me here." It's like, what world do we live in?
I wouldn't want to live in that world.
Have you played that difficulty?
No, but you showed me briefly.
Yeah, I showed you one fight, and it's here's one mob of enemies. Oh, I'm going to take one hit. Kratos.
It was literally, Kratos comes up against 3 basic enemies. Oh, Cole died. Oh no.
In that vein, is there any game you've played where it's hard mode just completely took you by surprise with just how fuck you difficult it was? Because that's the first time in a while where I've played a game where it's one of those games. Where it's just one hit and I'm dead. It's not, I don't get a chance. No, one hit, I'm dead.
Yeah, one that was really bad was the new Wolfenstein games.
Is it, oh god, is it like Call of Duty on veteran difficulty?
It's worse.
Oh, nothing can be worse than that though.
Karl, it's worse.
How can it be worse? Because in that game, enemies spawn infinitely.
Yeah, well, they don't spawn infinitely, but they
did in Modern Warfare.
No, exactly, yeah, but in Modern Warfare, it was always easy to just stand at the back of a corridor and keep sniping them.
Or sprint to the next checkpoint.
Exactly. Whereas in Wolfenstein, I'm constantly surrounded by everything. And I don't know what's wrong. I'm walking around with heavy armor on, my power armor. Mm-hmm. I've got a heavy machine gun laser beam that melts things. Mm-hmm. And I'm still just getting my shit pushed in by 3 regular bitches. And I'm okay.
Yeah, that God of War one took me by surprise. It's Kratos, the legendary God of War, fought titans and gods. And one wolf came up to me. I walked through the bit where you walk through the door and a wolf attacked you immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That happened, and I couldn't mash hard enough to get out of it, so it immediately tore my throat out. I went, wow, yeah. I guess wolves really would have never
I was going to say, it sounds in canon with the lore then.
And the best bit as well, because it doesn't even see it says level 9. It's a level 9 wolf nearly killed me. It's this is Kratos, man. It's that just says, do you know what the Norse mythology is? It's just the next server. That's what it is. Kratos leveled up. He was in the beginner. Greece is the training area.
Oh no.
And he over-leveled in the training area. He goes to Norse mythology and realizes, this is where the game is actually played.
Oh god, he got out of the tutorial.
What's that full Valkyrie? Oh, that's cute. Here's a wolf. But I'm not supposed to get that's that fuck you difficult in a while.
I mean, there's just Smash Bros. Level 9.
Oh yeah, god.
Fuck that. It just reads your mind.
Smash Bros. AI always cracks me up because of those forum posts you find for people Smash Bros. AI learned. It's no, it doesn't. It's just really well No, it learned. Because I beat the computer once and it teabagged me. How did it learn to do that? It's people will play it for hours and realize yeah, but the computer learned to start taunting after I killed it and it never did that before.
See, that's why you just train Amiibo and fight against them. Because if you actually keep taunting after you kill them, they start dunking on you and taunting.
I still like that Pichu Amiibo you made. And all it did was thunder.
Oh, God.
All it did was thunder and taunt. It's there we go, Pichu. Live that dream. But, oh, man, that game, it's made it not fun because it's difficult, but it just makes the character Kratos seem like such a pussy.
Yep.
It's like he's supposed to be the titular god of war.
And one Draugr just takes him out.
It makes it worse because you can survive multiple hits from level bosses, because level bosses like have got programmed damage, I guess. And when Baldur is doing less damage than a Draug. when Baldur, the other human enemies that you fight, that one time in the game, they can kill you in one hit as well.
Oh.
So regular humans are doing more damage than fucking Magni
the god.
It's like, oh god, anyway.